So we want to share with you the book First They Killed My Father by Long Un. A short summary about the book. So it's told from the perspective of 5-year-old Long Un, and the book goes through every detail of the Cambodian genocide, orchestrated by Pol Pot. The initial idea was taken from the regime of Mao Zedong, when it was made clear that the Khmer Rouge was turning Cambodia, the democratic Kampuchea, from capitalism to communism. Through this experience, Long Un goes from a carefree child to a bloodlust child soldier, and suffers many unexpected losses during the way. However, she escaped from Cambodia and made her way to America with the aid of her older brother, Mung, and his wife. So what was the Cambodian genocide? Right here, this is Pol Pot. The Cambodian genocide was led by Pol Pot. His initial idea was to turn Cambodia pure once again. He did so by killing anyone who was affiliated with the previous capitalist government run by Lon Nol. He drove everyone out of the big cities with the force of his Khmer Rouge soldiers and put them into communes, where they starved and eventually died. In his regime, he killed more than 2 million Cambodians from 1975 to 1979. He died later from a heart attack before he could go on trial. So this is the Ung family. Pa, who is a capitalist general and served in the Lon Nol army. Ma, who is Chinese Cambodian. Meng, who is 18 when it first started. Kui, who is 16. Kiev, 14. Kim, Cho, Long, and Geek. This is Long's journey. In 1975, they leave Phnom Penh and go to the village of Krang Trop as peasants, and then Krang Trop to Al Mathar and to Roli, where they stay for a really long time. 1976, her older brothers and Kiev are sent to labor camps. Kiev dies of dysentery, and then Pa dies because he is found out. 1977, Kim gets caught stealing corn for his family. Cho, Kim, and Long are sent away to labor camps. Long gets drafted into the army at just 6 or 7. 1978, the family meets for the last time, and then Ma and Geek die. 1979, Long's camp is liberated, and she is reunited with Cho and Kim. They become refugees in Pursat City. There was attempted rape twice on Long, and she was around 9 at the time. They were reunited with Koi and Meng, and they go to Bat Dung village to see the rest of the extended family. And in 1980, Long and Meng go to Vietnam, from Vietnam to Thailand Lan Sing refugee camp, where they are sponsored from a Christian organization, and they go to America. So the aftermath. The trauma that was imprinted in the minds of all the genocide survivors was hard to deal with. With struggling economy and loss of professional fields, Cambodia had a hard time bouncing back and is slowly recovering today. Long, despite making it out, struggled with depression and trauma and even tried to commit suicide later on in life. The themes that were in this book were family survival, fear, hope, love, trust, and loneliness. That's it. So now we will show a quick trailer, which was made by me and helped with some help from editing from Adam. Oh wait, I have to add the volume. You know how to have volume on here?
You gotta turn the button. There's a square button on the receiver down there that you need to push on again.
That's a DVD player.
The receiver is the large black box with 2 giant knobs on the right-hand side.
Is this one? And what are we pressing? Oh, is it that?
Power is what you're gonna press, yeah. Okay, there you go.
I stop playing when I hear the thunder of engines in the distance. You will be able to return in 3 days. Those who refused to leave were shot dead right on our doorstep. Gone is the air of mystery and excitement. Now, simply a fight. Yesterday, I was playing hopscotch with my friends. Today, we are running from soldiers with guns. You have to forget their own pain. Their hands dangle lifelessly by their sides. The killings have started. This new country has no law or order. All remnants of past lives to be destroyed. The village is closed off to the outside world. We live and are treated like slaves. Generation of children completely missing from their country. Now I realize when you die, you don't come back. It is no use thinking about food when you know you will not get any. Hunger. There is always hunger. I am 6 years old, and instead of celebrating with birthday cake, I chew on a piece of charcoal. The stench of death is so strong. How do you survive loneliness? That's your last wish to see the world. Rage makes you want to survive and live so I may kill. We find ways to survive. He is just a 12-year-old boy looking to the barrel of a rifle. The water washes away the dirt, but it will never put out the fire of hate I have for the Khmer Rouge.
Do the quotes now? Sure. So we selected some quotes. 1 second. So we selected some quotes from the book that really go out through the entire book, and it's from the very beginning to the very end. I have to find it first.
So the first quote was, "I know we are middle class because of our apartment and the possessions we have, and the more money you have, the more stairs you have to climb. Pa is a military policeman. He has 4 stripes on his uniform, which means he makes good money. I stopped playing outside when I heard the thunder of engines in the distance. And these peoples are destroyers of things, and gone is the air of excitement. Now I am simply afraid." The first few quotes focus on how wealthy they were and how good their past life was, and suddenly, in the span of less than 30 pages, all that was gone. And then suddenly, she is pitted into this new world where she is not really used to everything with all the excitement, but then that excitement fades away into fear because of all the violence that's going around. So this shows the transition within 30 pages, which is really remarkable, of how they went from middle class to mere peasantry.
And as Ben was saying, I don't know if you guys remember, but during the refugee run, the guy was talking about how his friend said, war can start any second. And the war started when she was just playing outside with hopscotch with her friends. And so the build up to the war, and these are some quotes. "Yesterday I was playing hopscotch with my friends. Today we are running from soldiers with guns. The cries of the people around us. We are not the only family leaving the city. Those who refused to leave were shot dead on their doorsteps. From now on, we give the soldiers anything they want. The soldiers said we could return after 3 days. They lie. The soldiers lie. You have to forget Phnom Penh. A generation of children completely missing from our country. There are no doctors anywhere."
Alright, so this part is kind of more about talking about the Khmer Rouge and what they have done and just the situation at hand. The anchor is all-knowing, and they have eyes and ears everywhere. The killings have started. This new country has no law and order. All remnants of our past lives to be destroyed. The sheks are now hollow. Their skin hangs, and their bones and eyes dulled with hunger. Women are overworked, underfed, filled with fear, and they can't get pregnant anymore. We live and are treated like slaves. Hunger. There is always hunger. By taking her food, I have helped kill her. I am tormented by the knowledge of how much my family is willing to sacrifice for each other. The stench of death is so strong.
And then here are some quotes that prove that they are all living in fear. So then, my nostrils assaulted by the stale smells of bodies that have not been washed. I wonder if the gods and dragons will come help us now. Friendship doesn't matter. They may not have a choice. There are many dead bodies in the hole. There are bodies sprawled on top of each other. Death is permanent. Her last wish is to see her family. We all have to forget her death and continue. I am glad for my brother's sacrifice, but we all know that Pa will not return. The village is closed off from the outside world and other villages. The women are so overworked, underfed, and filled with fear that they can't get pregnant anymore. Marriage is now of convenience, not of love.
So this is during the genocide, and we will start with a couple quotes that would happen when she was in her child soldier camp and she was trying to become a child soldier.
Well, the soldier pushes on Pa's shoulders, making him kneel like the others.
My eyes dare not blink as the soldier raises the hammer above his head.
Those who can no longer work come here to die.
Their hand dangles lifelessly by their sides.
When we catch animals, we eat everything: feet, tongue, skin, and the innards.
Pa always takes the smallest and last portions of the leftovers.
A generation of children completely missing from our country.
We live and are treated like slaves.
Absorbing every detail so he will not forget.
I narrow my eyes with envy and hatred.
It is no use thinking about food when you know you will not get any.
Hunger. There is always hunger.
Starvation has done terrible things to my body.
I am 6 years old, and instead of celebrating my birthday with birthday cakes, I threw in a piece of charcoal.
How do I survive with loneliness?
Rage makes me want to survive so that I may kill.
Hope is the will to live.
You find ways to stay alive.
He's just a 12-year-old boy looking into the barrel of a rifle.
Though many days I wish I was dead, my heart continues to beat with life.
We have all learned to be silent with our emotions.
The water washes away the thirst, the hate I have for the Khmer Rouge. No, wait. The water washes away, but it will never put out the fire of hate that I have for the Khmer Rouge.
If we live with so much fear, there is no room for laughter.
Through the words they sing, describe the image of blood and war.
Children must be taught to follow orders without hesitation, without question, and to shoot and kill even their traitor parents.
If you hit your head hard enough, you will lose all your memories.
Maybe the Khmer Rouge power is just another one of Pol Pot's many lies.
So these are some quotes from the Pursat City Liberation. We're not going to read them, but this was after her camp got liberated and she fled to Pursat City, which was a big city in Phnom Penh, and after a refugee camp was held by the Yuns, which were later to be discovered in the book by the Vietnamese. And sadly, however, while she was thought that she was free and she was in liberation, she was attacked many, many times by the Khmer Rouge in this refugee camp and treated terribly by different families because they were orphans. So afterwards, this book taught us that we have to be true to what is important to us and to always put our mind to our goals and achieve them. Long was always determined to live so that she can prove that not even the Khmer Rouge regime can tear her down. And next we have a game for you.
Oh, okay.
What's there?
One of four.
If there's no sound, you can turn off the receiver again to stop the static.
Okay, so I created a choose your own adventure type of story. So picture yourself in the shoes of Long in the middle of the Cambodian genocide. You are 5 years old, living in a middle-class family in Phnom Penh. One day, you are playing hopscotch with your friends when soldiers come. All the townspeople cheer for soldiers, but suddenly your dad says, "We're leaving in 20 minutes. You have no idea what's happening though. Do you just follow what your dad tells you and pack everything, or ask your dad what on earth is going on?
I would just do it.
Follow, okay. 20 minutes later, your family is on a truck with all your possessions inside. Suddenly, the engine sputters and whines before coming to a stop. We're going to have to continue by foot, Pa says. He then tells us what to take and what to leave behind. Hey! A Khmer Rouge soldier cries out, halting us from what we are doing. Give me your watches, he demands, pointing at my gold watch around my wrist. Do you, without hesitation, give him the watch, or refuse, saying that you've had it for a long time, it's very valuable?
What? You guys are such pushovers. I would totally refuse.
After parting ways with the gold watch, you finally reach the village of Roli. In Roli, everyone is equal. The Khmer soldiers who guard the village say that they are same as us, although there is a clear class difference between you and the others. Hunger has won the battle, and now you are starving. You have not eaten for days, and your body desperately needs something to eat. One day, while you are working on the river, you get so hungry that you need to eat. Rumors have it that inside the river there are little shrimps that are edible.
Eat them.
Eat them.
Eat them?
Eat them.
Eat them. You're gonna get sick and die.
Hey you! Why are you
Oh.
eating? Voice scares me, and I turn to see a Khmer Rouge soldier with a rifle pointed directly at me. You're not allowed to eat. Everybody is equal under the Khmer Rouge.
Oh boy.
The soldier loads his rifle and shoots you multiple times in various places. You have suffered the dark fate of many Cambodians, the death penalty. Don't worry, remember this is just a story. This was a fate that many Cambodians had to face, although many innocents were killed for no reason.
For
And
you.
that's it.
She was like 4. Like, what should
Wait,
can we go back?
And to end this presentation, we'll
Oh.
have Bowen perform a rap live.
Oh dear.
Yeah. I need to sound.
Adrian, can you share that with me so I can see some of the other results?
They don't actually dance.
What's that?
She doesn't actually dance.
Yeah. I'm curious about it. Also, I really like that format. I've never seen it.
Bowen, may I videotape you rapping?
No.
Don't worry, I have
I'm very self-conscious.
There's already
Very
one camera.
self-conscious. I have to shorten it inside. It's incorrect. It is.
it. Okay, well, this should be interesting.
Let's do this.
Okay, Bowen, take stage.
Take Bowen.
No, let's keep it quiet. We gotta make it.
Oh man.
Ready?
No.
Shiv, control
Okay,
yourself.
ready?
Okay.
Okay.
Press that.
I know this is going to be a challenge for you. You can do it, Shiv.
Press that thing. No.
This is awkward. This?
Yes, that one.
You need to turn it.
Yo, listen up. Here's a story that you won't hear about every day. The story of Cambodia. A little girl and her family. Where's that, you ask? That started back in 75. Things were about to go down. Like, everything was gonna fall to pieces. The happiness is only temporary. You catch my drift? Because everything is going to start now. I was there living in my home just chilling, surrounded by the city life of rushing and bumping. It was quite a lively city with the sound of small cars. Hang on to your seats, this is straight out of Phnom Penh. My father worked for the GO men. My mother handled our predicament. Those damn Khmer Rouge stormed in our city, drove us out to the country. Oh, what a pity. I couldn't understand why our car backfired. I'm like, yo, why are we walking? I'm getting tired. And again, I understood nothing at all. Why were my questions met with so much appall? But then I knew, and trust me, it ain't pretty. The Communist Party had installed a new army. Brutal and cruel, my friends ate lead, killed in the weather, as hot as their head. We drifted around Cambodia, village to village, riding around in a truck's back carriage, till finally we reached the place Roli. Our belongings burned in one big heap. The food started running out, I was numb to death. We went on about things were so bad I never pout. Then that village was our one hideout, and then separation knocked on our door. They dragged my father along the cold hard floor. Never saw him again, he is surely dead. I never got to see him on a deathbed. I can only hope that he died a quick death. Our past started creeping up on us. If we didn't leave soon, we'd all go bust. my siblings and I ran away in order to see the next light of day. But my mother ain't so lucky, took an arrow to the knee. Along with my baby sister died soon after. That destroyed my family, especially for me, who saw the roach on a killing spree. Finally the youth took over, studying and the year was over. I found my brothers after a few hours, but my troubles follow me wherever I go. Life will never hear my anguish low. Almost died, almost out of my mind, but I was super lucky. I found a way out, escaped with my brother to a country far out, Vietnam, Thailand, then a plane to the States. I flew on a silver bullet as future awaits. It's funny, I took the bullet, but I'm still alive. Alive and kicking, make the most of this life. I survived, but millions died. God must need me to go on somehow. I don't know what, so I'll just travel the world, talk to the people, educate you, teach you about all the horrors of war. You think your life is bad, man? Look who's talking. I've had way worse. You're not gone through aging. Appreciate life. That's what I can tell you. Never know when you'll be part of those select few. Now peace out, man. I've spoken enough. I'm leaving the building, but not your mind. Think about what I said really, really deeply. Now do your problems seem trite and low key?
They do, in fact.
Oh, thank you.
Aw.
Thank you.
Oh, thank